And here we are with the Atlanta Falcons franchise. We're going to try to wait a little bit to wait until EA dropped a patch to fix some of the gameplay issues. But waiting on EA, there's no telling when they're actually going to fix some of these issues. So we thought we'd go ahead and we'd start our first franchise before they update scouting. We're not going to really need scouting that much in this franchise, as we're going to be using some downloaded draft classes for the first year or two. We're going to see how it goes. We got a good draft class for this coming up draft, the 2022 draft that we're going to be using from Bengal, the Madden YouTuber. You're in the Madden community, you know who Bengal is. Using his draft class for the 2022 season. And if there's a good one beyond that, we might use that one, and then we'll kind of go into other the game-generated draft classes, I guess you would call it. But we're gonna start off here. We're in the preseason. We're on all Madden 10-minute quarters. We're gonna be playing some games. We might not play any really in this first season. I think Atlanta's kind of one of those teams that, at best, they're a mid-level 7-10 team this year, 8-9, somewhere along those lines. So we're gonna actually advance to the regular season, look at the roster of the regular season, see if we can make a couple moves, and then go from there. We're going to do a couple trades. I'll show you guys those trades that we're going to work out. And we're going to just kind of see where the team is at that point. So I'll see you guys in the regular season. So here we are. We're taking a look at the roster as we go into the season. Look at some players that might be on the move for sure. We're looking at Matt Ryan. He is 36 years old. Probably has a good year or two left, but kind of got to be realistic about where Atlanta is at this point of their rebuild. He's not the quarterback of the future. We kind of got to get players that are going to be there for the next number of years, next 4 or 5 years, as this team really rebuilds. So he's going to be on the move. Another one might be a surprise to some people is Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews has always been solid, but not spectacular at left tackle. And if you take a look at his contract, that's the big reason we're going to be moving him. This year he's fine at $12 million, but in 2022 and 2023, he's looking at making $23 million a year almost. And he is just not a $23 million a year player. I don't feel comfortable giving him that kind of money. So we're going to be looking to move Jake Matthews before this next season. Probably looking towards the draft to find another tackle. We could probably get some pretty valuable picks, because you're talking about a starting quarterback and a starting left tackle for two teams, for some teams that probably need that. That would garner some good value. On defense, there might be one trade that I go after of bringing a player in. We'll have to see. Dante Fowler, I just don't think he's going to have a huge trade market, or else I'd probably try to move him. Deion Jones and Grady Jarrett is injured right now in the game. Haven't heard anything about him being injured in real life, so I'm guessing that's just a game thing. But Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones would definitely be the future of this team moving forward, as well as AJ Terrell. Could be, a number 1, number 2 corner at the worst. So these are definitely some guys that we're looking to build around on the defense. And on offense, it's pretty much Kyle Pitts. And hopefully this interior of the offensive line develops. We might just hold on to Caleb McGarry for a couple years if we can't find another tackle in the draft that's better than him. But we're definitely probably going to look to upgrade that position. But let's go ahead and get into the trades. First trade we're going to be making is Jake Matthews. Good deal done here, sending Jake Matthews to the Jaguars. Tried to get a first-round pick for him. Maybe it's more realistic to get a second and a fifth for him. We're going to kind of trying to keep it kind of realistic. They need to protect Trevor Lawrence. Both kind of tackles are kind of a question mark there with Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson getting the franchise tag. Cam Robinson hasn't played that well lately. So getting a at least solid guy to kind of protect him for the next couple years makes sense. They have the money to probably pay him. They could take that contract on. They could probably rework it, do some different things. We're going to send Jake Matthews to the Falcons. Get a second and a fifth in return for him. So here's a pretty interesting pick. We send Matt Ryan to the Texans. We know the Texans have a slew of issues with Deshaun Watson going on. We do get a first-round pick back from the Texans for Matt Ryan. Maybe he can start for him. I don't know what the game is going to do about putting him out, how Madden's going to do that. But for us, we do get a first-round pick for him. I think that's kind of reasonable, as I think Carson Wentz is going for a conditional first-round pick after the awful season he had. Yeah, he has more years ahead of him, but a player like Matt Ryan, who has played pretty decently, I think he is losing arm strength. I think he is going to start to kind of regress. You see his throw power's down. You're going to start to see that he's not, making the mark as far as what you need a quarterback to do. You've seen where, kind of like Andy Dalton, he started to throw a lot of balls short, skipping passes, different things like that. But hopefully, he can work for the Texans. They can do a, short passing scheme, crossers, slants, different things like that to kind of get him in the mix and be there if Deshaun's not there. We don't care. He's not on our team anymore. We moved him on. I don't really care who starts. This isn't EA. I mean, this is on EA. They haven't really updated the rosters. Josh Rosen's the actual backup right now. AJ McCarron's out for the year. But we're probably just going to kind of roll with it as it is. Get Kyle Pitts some training. Get some of these offensive linemen some training. Kind of build up the team. Do some scouting. And we're going to head into the draft class. We're going to take a look at the draft class so you guys can kind of see it before we actually do the draft. So we're going to do that later. So I'll see you guys in the offseason. Taking a look at the draft, taking a look at some of the prospects that we like for the team moving forward. Again, I think this is just kind of an off year for the Falcons, that they're going to have to kind of, take it in stride as they rebuild for the future. So that's kind of why we're breaking it down a little bit, to rebuild it stronger in the future. So I did want to make an update. We did want to do one trade this year for the future. Now, the reports have been out there that C.J. Henderson's kind of fallen out of favor in Jacksonville. He's like third or fourth on their depth chart right now. They have Shaquille Griffin. They brought in the young rookie from Georgia. They got a couple different things going on with the cornerback room. A lot of reports that Urban Meyer has not been a fan of C.J. Henderson. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to capitalize on what was a former first-round pick just last year that they might have kind of not really want to keep with this new regime in town. So we offered them a second and a sixth-round pick as just kind of a sweetener. It's kind of about the value of a guy, that goes the next year off of a team that's not a quarterback. So, I think that's pretty good value. We had 3 second-round picks from some of the trades that we did and 2 first-round picks. So getting C.J. Henderson to pair with A.J. Terrell, Deion Jones, Grady Jarrett, this is just kind of a move for us moving forward into the future to have 2 good corners, some different things going on there. Again, I'll see you guys in the offseason. Just wanted to update you in that. So here we are at the end of the season. We obviously, like we thought, didn't have a very good season. We weren't really trying to win a whole lot of games this year. We kind of felt it was going to be a down year, so we tore down the team. Like I kind of feel the Falcons should do in real life, kind of cut the dead weight, move on, hit that reset button, because it's going to be very hard to actually contend this year, and being, 7-10 doesn't really do anything for you. So we're going to go ahead and look at players we have to upgrade. We haven't upgraded any players yet. Obviously, we're going to just kind of do the important ones here, our higher ranked players, and then let the computer kind of take care of the other ones. Kyle Pitts has 4 upgrade points. So we'll go vertical a couple times. Get some nice little upgrades. And vertical's been good to us. We've been getting a number of upgrades, so might as well just keep going there. Even though possession's kind of the scheme fit, I'm okay with putting them all on vertical. He goes up to an 85. You can see his ratings here. Obviously, some of them are down due to morale because of the team not being great. But, I mean, he's going up. He's going to be a big factor for us going forward. Just kind of going through, seeing if there's anyone else important. Grady Jarrett, we'll go ahead and give him an upgrade to power rusher. Deion Jones. Well, went over to Young Wei Koo. Go ahead and go power, see if we can get a little kick and power upgrade. Oh, we get a +3 to accuracy. I'll take that. Deion Jones. We'll go... give a little run stopper, actually, just for something different. Get his run boost up. Mike Davis, probably only be with us one more year. Now that morale is really affecting some players, so we got to turn it around next year. But we kind of figured that this was going to happen. We're just kind of running through some of the others. Jalen Mayfield has 3. Just go all pass protector. Try to get that up there. Actually, as we go up, it's kind of interesting too. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but as we go up in pass protector, well, his morale dropped again, but it started to go down. I don't know if that was a glitch or not, but we have Calvin Ridley with 2 upgrades. So we'll go route runner 1 and deep threat 1. All right. Chris Lindstrom got a couple upgrades. Love to see that. Our offensive line's upgrading for next season. Can't hate that. +3 to pass protector finesse. We will take that. And +1 to pass protector finesse. CJ Henderson, as you saw, we did acquire him for a couple, like 2nd round pick and a 6th round pick. We're going to run, I should have gone zone. We run a lot of zone. He does get +1 in zone coverage. I meant to put it on zone though, so hopefully we get a couple +3 zone upgrade. Let's see how he's looking. So he's about 80-80 on his coverage, 74 on his play rec. Just a good corner. I really think that could be, if it was something that they pursued, I think that might be a pick that they're willing to part with him, a player that they're willing to part with, rather. A guy that we could maybe snag. But we got to get morale back up, get this team winning. Can't have these guys just down like this. We'll go slot here. Make Russell Gage our slot guy going up. Just kind of trying to see if there's any other real important ones. A lot of backups. Matt Hennessy, definitely want to upgrade him as well. Go pass protector, +5. We were focusing on him and Chris Lindstrom. Try to get that interior of the offensive line upgraded. So we're definitely doing that here. Happy to see that. Hopefully their morale. He almost has another boost, it looks like. So we get a number of those going into pass protector, getting his pass blocking up. So without the morale down, he should be in the 70s with pass blocking, which is fine with me. And we're just going to go ahead and auto sim the rest of the players there, get their upgrades. Go ahead and look at this. We see our team ranks here at the bottom. Well, See, on offensive points per game, 31st. Obviously, didn't have Matt Ryan. We weren't expecting a lot. Pass yardage per game actually didn't do too bad with A.J. McCarron in there. Did not do well running the ball. Defense was terrible. Didn't give up a lot of yards, but yards passing, I should say, they did pretty well. But run defense wasn't good. Couldn't run the ball. They gave up a lot of points. Kind of what we anticipated there. You see on the draft actually has a breakdown of our needs and some of the guys available over there. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats for this year. Just kind of see who did what. So A.J. McCarron had 4,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. Obviously a 59% completion percentage and a 6.9 yards per average is not great, but for a backup quarterback like A.J. McCarron, it's not terrible. Mike Davis, 3.7 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. Rough. I'm wondering if he got injured. Split with Javian Hawkins. Didn't do well either. Receiving wise, Calvin Ridley had over 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Russell Gage had 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 650 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not bad for a rookie. That's a pretty good season for a rookie. Even Tajay Sharp had 500 yards. Hayden Hurst, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not bad for a backup tight end. Obviously, honestly, outside of that left tackle after we traded, our offensive line wasn't terrible. Jalen Mayfield playing a new position left guard. 9 sacks for a rookie. 6'6" and 1. I don't hate those stats. See how we did on defense? AJ Terrell, 97 tackles, 2 for loss, 2 interceptions. Let's see here. He led the team in tackles. Kevius Mingo led the team in sacks. Grady Jarrett had 3.5. 2 for Sharif Miller. And Henderson had 2 interceptions as well, so a new guy we brought over. Deion Jones, I wonder, he got injured in the middle of the season, as well as Alua Khan both got injured, so that's why their tackle numbers are a little low. Kicking wise, 13 for 17, a long of 57, but he was 40 for 40 on extra points. Like to see his percentage a little better, but we'll definitely re-sign my boy Koo there. So we got a 70-yard punt from Hoffrichter. Pretty good. So just some interesting stats to take a look at there. Go ahead and obviously we're not in the playoffs. We'll just kind of take a look at the playoff picture. See who's in it this year. We see from the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs are the leaders and got the bye week. And then from the NFC, the LA Rams got the bye week. Also the Titans, Chargers, Patriots, Jaguars, and Bengals, and Jets. Wow. That would be quite interesting if those teams, with all those rookies, Joe Burrow and the Bengals and that offensive line, Justin Herbert and the Chargers, that'd be an interesting playoffs if those teams made it. In NFC, we have the Buccaneers, the Saints, the Washington football team, Dallas Cowboys, the Chicago Bears, and the Minnesota Vikings. No Green Bay, surprisingly. Wonder if Aaron got injured. So that's interesting. See if we can, we'll move forward now. So we got a couple players here that we want to re-sign. We're going to go ahead and get this taken care of real quick. So taking a look at the players that we re-signed, we got Young Ho Koo, Hayden Hurst, passed on Duron Harmon. We got a Luakon. Went ahead and got Fabian Moreau because he has really good zone coverage. We run a lot of zone. Re-signed Russell Gage. I was thinking about Isaiah Oliver, but he's not bad on zone coverage. I mean, we might go ahead and give him an offer. He's the only other one we might really consider giving an offer to. The rest of the guys will probably just let walk, quite honestly. So I doubt we have any Pro Bowlers, but we're going to go ahead and take a look, see if we had anyone potentially make the Pro Bowl. Not seeing anyone. Maybe an offensive lineman snuck in there. It's not looking like it, so maybe one of our defenders. Doesn't look like we had a single Pro Bowler this year. That's kind of embarrassing. Maybe I missed one. Let me know if I missed somebody, but I didn't see anyone from our team that made the Pro Bowl. So that's kind of disappointing, but, you know, we knew we were going to have a down year. So we're taking a look at the yearly awards here. We got Patrick Mahomes winning the MVP. A couple rookies in there. That's interesting. Coach of the Year goes to Robert Saleh with the 12-5 Jets. Impressive. And the NFC, Alvin Kamara wins Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Chandler Jones. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Justin Fields. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Azeez Ojulari. Best QB goes to Tom Brady. Running back goes to Alvin Kamara. Wide receiver goes to Antonio Brown with a bounce-back season. Best offensive lineman goes to Zach Martin. Best defensive lineman goes to Hassan Reddick. Linebacker to Chandler Jones. Defensive back Patrick Peterson with a bounce-back year. Best kicker, Will Lutz, what you all came to see. AFC will just run through it really fast here. Pat Mahomes gets the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Von Miller. Zach Wilson gets the Offensive Rookie of the Year ahead of Trevor Lawrence. Interesting little shake-up there. Caleb Farley gets the Defensive Rookie of the Year coming back from that injury, helping out the Titans. Probably got a lot of playing time, though, in that Titans secondary. Best QB goes to Patrick Mahomes. Best running back goes to Joe Mixon. Zach Pascal gets the best receiver of the AFC. Look at some of these AFC receivers. That is a interesting list, to say the least there. Best offensive line goes to Ronnie Stanley. Emmanuel Ogbah gets the best defensive lineman. Von Miller gets the best linebacker. Best defensive back goes to Chidobe Awuzie. Best kicker goes to Steven Gostel. And taking a look at the Super Bowl recap, the Kansas City Chiefs did beat the Chicago Bears. So those Chiefs are now 3-time Super Bowl champions. The NFL MVP was Patrick Mahomes. We already saw that. Took a lot of awards home. And who got does it say the MVP of the Super Bowl? Super Bowl MVP was quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Biggest day right there in front of me. You can see some of the other award winners that we went through also up on screen there. 38-24. Not bad. Justin Fields takes the Bears to the Super Bowl in his first year starting. Wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Pretty impressive. So you already saw we re-signed our players. We're just kind of going through, seeing any interesting retirements here. Roger Saffold and Richard Sherman both retire. I don't think that's really surprising, but Deshaun Jackson decides to finally hang it up. Jason Peters, Golden Tate, Marcus Cannon, Big Ben finally decides it's enough. Dwayne Brown, Calais Campbell. We got some big names here hanging it up. Mason Crosby, Andy Lee, Daniel Sanders. So you definitely see some big name guys here hanging it up, deciding it's a wrap. You can see the rest of the names there. Interesting retirements, guys that are not going to be in the league next year. We're going to go ahead and go the next week, and I will see you guys at the draft. So we're going to go ahead and release Dante Fowler. He's going to free up $15 million in cap room. We're also going to release Tyler Davison. He should free up about $4 million. We have about $24 million. Not a ton of money, but we could probably get a couple players to fill in some gaps for us on the team before we go into the draft. Some guys that might help us out. Raheem Mostert's out here, but he's 30. Not really interested in that. Nyheim Hines is kind of interesting. Leonard Fournette might be interesting for a year. I'm just not giving these guys big money, especially with some of the needs and stuff we have to fill in the team. So taking a look at the free agents, we did go ahead and get KJ Wright and Olivier Vernon. Do just kind of some holdover players. Do have a couple more negotiations going on for Brandon Williams, Ricardo Allen, and Trey Flowers, which seems like people got in on all of them now, so we're probably going to be outbid. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of the usual suspects in free agency. Not a whole lot of exciting, Devontae Adams, guys like that we just couldn't afford. Michael Gallup, different players like that. So I was hoping we could get Brandon Williams. We might go ahead and give him a little bit more. He's just a 1-year holdover. Could really help our run defense. So I think we're going to try to get him. So Brandon Williams was just a little bit too expensive. The price has just gone a little crazy for more than we wanted to pay for him. We did get Linval Joseph on a 1-year deal. I don't think it's a drop off, but not huge. Olivier Vernon, we also get on a 1-year deal. I think that could be huge for helping our pass rush. And then KJ Wright just to play linebacker. So our front seven is actually looking pretty good. And then we have CJ Henderson, AJ Terrell in the secondary. We could, be pretty decent. We didn't get a lot of the slot corners we were going after. We just kept getting outbid. So we're probably going to have to find a slot corner in this draft. We'll see what we can do there. Just kind of seeing the league signings going around the league. So Devontae Adams signed with the Seahawks, so that's going to be huge for them. Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, that is going to be a tough team to match up with. Von Miller went to the Bengals, which, okay. I guess they were a playoff team last year, so makes sense. Mitchell Schwartz is back, signs with the Dolphins. Good signing for them. I probably, would probably gone after Mitchell Schwartz if I had a little bit of more, bit more money there. Kelsey signs with the Bengals. J.C. Jackson goes to the Washington football team. And you can kind of see some of these signings here. Kind of round up the higher players that went. Just kind of see around the league where some of these guys went. So we actually have the first pick in the draft, but I want to show you guys kind of the draft board, kind of look that over with you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause it real quick. So we're taking a look here. I see the quarterbacks, Sam Howell, Spencer Rattler. This is a real draft class. Well, it's a user-created draft class by Bengal. As mentioned, I don't know any of the ratings, so I don't know who's good. I don't know development traits. I've not looked at any of that. I've not used this draft class yet. This is the first time using it. So I'm just kind of going in a little bit blind here. I could have some good picks. I could have some bad picks. I think my first pick is going to surprise some people. But we're just going to kind of go over some of the players here. You see Malik Willis, Spencer Rattler, Sam Howell, Matt Corral, Carson Strong, JT Daniels, Keaton Slovis, Desmond Ritter. Some of these players, may not declare. Some of them might go back to school. Just no telling. Most of the players in this draft are real, though. Rounds 1 through 7. You do have a few non-real computer-generated players that snuck in there. Take a look at the running backs here. We have Kyron Williams, Zonovan Knight, Jermaine Martin, Tyler Goodson. Flipping over to the receiver, you got your usual suspects there: George Pickens and Justin Ross. Some of these, you got to keep in mind, Pickens and Ross might kind of fall in that second round, late first, due to injury concerns. So kind of keep that in mind there. Jalen Tolbert's a guy that we kind of like out of South Alabama. As a little bit of a, maybe we can snake him there. Romeo Dobbs as well. I hope I said that right. Good looking little player there as well. So two guys that we're kind of keeping an eye on. Just kind of looking around, seeing what we can do with these players here. And maybe one of these guys falls to us. We do have 2 first rounders. We need to get a quarterback. We need to get a left tackle. We need to get better on defense. Some extra receivers wouldn't hurt. And then free safety is another big need as well. So you kind of see where our draft board is. Some of the guys that we like. Doug Nestor is not rated as good, but I don't know. I think he could still be good. He didn't get as many centers scouted as we would have liked. Right guard wasn't looking great. Right tackle. Defense was kind of looked weak outside of a couple players. Looked a little weaker, so there's no telling what's going on there. Kind of have to see how the draft falls for us. See what players we pick, what players we go with. And we have 2 good middle linebackers, so that wasn't a huge, need for us. We weren't really looking to scout heavy in this draft there. Wish we could have kind of got a little bit more mid-round corner scouted. We just didn't really have the points to do so. Same with free safety. We might kind of have to take a stab at a guy in the middle rounds. So without further ado, we're going to get this draft started. Sorry for the big white screen. That's another great Madden glitch that we're still dealing with there. But with this first overall pick, like I said, I think it's going to surprise some people. We're going to kind of go a little bit rogue here, and we're going to go with Malik Willis, the quarterback out of Liberty. Strong arm guy. If you haven't seen this guy play, to me, he looks like he could be incredible. And I think he just has a little bit higher of a ceiling than Spencer Rattler and Sam Howell. I think, Sam Howell looks like a baby maker Mayfield. Spencer Rattler, may be a little bit better. I feel like those guys' ceilings isn't super strong. And then some of the other guys down here, Slovis is very inconsistent, even though he makes some amazing throws. Ritter can do some amazing things too as kind of a dual threat guy. But he's inconsistent as well. He's a big fastball thrower too, just kind of like all fastballs. Malik Willis, you see him on tape, he's getting hit in the face, just delivering dimes. Yes, he needs to improve his feet. He needs to improve his accuracy in real life. We'll see how this next season goes, see how it shakes out. Guys like Lamar Jackson fell further in the draft than they should have. Josh Allen, different guys like that. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm just going to go with Malik Willis. Get that dual threat quarterback for Atlanta. We're just going to kind of hope his upside pans out, even though talent says he's a late second rounder. So I don't know, maybe he has a horrible development trait in this draft class. And it's just going to be a bust. But I'm going to go ahead and draft him. He is a 73 overall. Now, he said he was the number 53 ranked talent, but 73 overall hidden development. So he could have superstar X factor. I do not know. But 93 throw power, 83 deep accuracy. medium and shorter at 78. Throw on the run's good. Under pressure is good. Break sack's good. 88 speed, 91 excel, 86 agility, 88 change of direction. I think we made a good pick here with the first overall pick. Now we're going to kind of see what happens in the next couple picks. We do have pick number 9 there too, but I'm not really in any hurry to move up. As you know, I'm just going to simulate to our next pick because we can't see because of the draft who's picking anyway. So I'm just going to go to our next pick. And let's see. So we could go free safety. Let's see who's available at left tackle. Okay, so both the tackles, that kind of hurts because both those tackles that we wanted were off the board. So we're probably going to have to go with one of these guys in the second round. This is tough. A lot of the picks that I wanted were off the board. And Charles Cross looks pretty good, but looks like a late first. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really feeling. I mean, DeMarvin Leal would be pretty incredible. Run stopper at Texas A&M, and I could see him fall into that 9th pick. Do we trade this pick though? I don't think a run stuffing defensive tackle is gonna really push the needle that much. So as much as I like DeMarvin Leal, I think I might try to see what we can get for this pick. Because Jackson Kirkland it was the guy I was looking at being our left tackle. Take Minnesota's offer here. We swap ones. We go back to pick 21 in this draft. We get their pick next year in the first round. And then we get a 6th round pick on top of that as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take their offer and move back. That would have been tough to take a run stuffing defensive tackle at number 9. I couldn't fathom it. So here we are at pick number 21. Let's see who's on the board. So we still got some really good receivers on the board. Tackle, still a little rich. Kenyon Green. I feel like his power is going to be down because he's got good bench press, but his broad jump and vertical jumps down. I just feel like he's not going to be that great. A good block shed, good power moves, good tackle. Looks strong. He's a guy that I'm pretty interested in there. And Perion Winfrey looks good too, but his top 3 is not great. So I think we're going to go with that. We do need a run-stuffing defensive tackle. I think we're going to go Jordan Davis out of Georgia. Just hope he's good. 76 overall, hidden development. Says we reached, but number 24 overall. Guy looks incredible. 94 strength, 83 block shed, 79 power moves, hidden development, 74 speed, 76 excel. Yeah, I like that pick. I like moving back, getting more picks, getting someone for the defense. We've needed to stop the run for a while now. I think most Falcons fans would be pretty happy with that pick. But we're going to go ahead and skip to our next pick. It's round 2, pick 23. Let's see what we can get there. So I'm a little bummed. I just saw Justin Ross go off the board. I was kind of hoping he'd still be there. Isaiah Foskey, though? Isaiah Foskey looks pretty good. He's got good... I worry about his power, though. He's a power rusher. Vert jump and broad jump's not great. He's got good power moves. Bench press isn't great. I'm a little worried that he's not exactly what his talent's saying there. But Eric Azukama looks pretty good. Good catching traffic, good spec catch, good speed he should have. But I wonder about his route running because his 3-cone and his shuttle's not great. So I don't know if that's the answer. But we're going to look at some of these left tackles for sure. Both of them are still here. Kind of going to decide which guy we want to go. I think we're going to go with Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. He's got pass block as one of his traits. He's got a run block on there as well and lead block. Looks like he has pretty good power. I think we're going to go with Trevor Penning. He'd be a cheaper option than Jake Matthews at least. 74 overall, hidden development, 96 strength, 79 pass block, 76 pass block power, 76 pass block finesse. So this draft has started great for us already. We've already replaced Jake Matthews. We got a beast defensive tackle. Got a great looking quarterback going forward. Future's looking bright for us right now. We do have another pick at 30. We've gotten 3 out of 3 for hidden development traits. Like I said, I have no clue with this draft at all. So I'm intrigued by Thayer Munford here because we're getting a little up there with Caleb McGarry on the right side. We can move him to right tackle. Daniel Falali's still here too. But I think I kind of like this Thayer Munford a little bit better. I think we could just take him, kind of move the line around a little bit. Let's see what's that receiver. If there's any decent receivers left. It's kind of the same guys. We might probably get one of these guys in the 3rd round if we wait. I think I'm going to take that tackle and just bet on building up that offensive line some more. 4 for 4, we get another hidden development trait. So we can kick Caleb McGarry inside if Jalen Mayfield's not ready. Our offensive line's looking a lot better. Another really good. His pass blocking's a little down, so it'll probably be perfect right tackle. Good power though, so really great right tackle. Thayer Munford out of Ohio State. We got our 2 bookends, got our quarterback, got a defensive tackle. Feeling pretty good. 4 for 4 right now on the draft. So we've gone 4 for 4 so far. I'm kind of looking at free safeties here. Lewis Klein, don't pay attention to the NA on colleges. That's something that's been an issue in draft classes for a while now. It's something that EA hasn't been able to figure out what they're doing with that. Kind of looking around, we need a free safety. Lewis sign is there. I think I'm just going to, we've done so well in the draft so far. This might be a miss, but I think we're just going to go ahead and take him here. Hope he's good. So he's 73 overall. Not a bad pick. Not a bad value. 93 speed, 81 zone coverage. I'll take that all day. 94 acceleration, 88 hit power. Even though he's normal development, guy's awesome. That's a win, I think. So here we are in round 4. We're going to go ahead and take Jermaine Martin. We don't really have a lead back. He's got some speed. I worry about his juking. Like, he has an A- juke move, obviously. His agility, his change of direction a little bit with the 3-cone and the 20-yard shuttle being what it is. He's got decent power, though. Decent speed. I think he might be a guy that a little bit of a surprise for us. And right now, I'm okay taking some stabs because we've done really good in the draft so far. So Jermaine Martin, welcome to the team. He has a 71 overall normal, 91 speed, 91 excel, 85. He's a good balanced back. Like, for a fourth round pick, I don't hate that. Like, he can play for us. We need to add a little bit of depth to that receiver room. And right here we have Jalen Tolbert out of South Alabama, 4'4". 3-cone kind of worries me a little bit. I don't think he's going to be the strongest, so he might not be great off the press. But he can, as a fourth receiver, 5th round right now, I think could get good value. 71 normal. Again, I'll take that. 91 speed, 89 excel, 81 catching, decent route running. As a third, fourth receiver, I'll take that all day in the 5th round. Again, just rounding out that receiver room, we have this Jakari Roberson out of Hawaii, 4'4", pretty good strength getting off the line. I do worry about his route running is the only thing. His late 4th rounder, but we're in the 5th round right now, late 5th round. I think he might be worth a pick. So he's a 69 overall. Not great, but really, we look at his stats. He needs to improve on his catching a little bit. 92 speed, 87 excel a little for a 4th, 5th receiver. Really not bad. He's got good spec catch. Route running's decent, other than a short route. Yeah, I mean, he might be a practice squad. We'll see. So this corner from TCU looks interesting as a late 6th round guy. 4'4", 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle is pretty decent. Got a decent vert. I'm going to give him a try. 68 overall, 92 speed, 71 man, 68 zone. Really not terrible for a end of the roster corner. Come in, I think play some slot and things right away. 6th round pick. Late 6th round pick, not bad. We're in the 7th round. We're looking at Brendan Sheldon, tight end out of Texas A&M, 6'6", 248. We're in a 4'6", good 3-cone, good 20-yard shuttle. Probably not a great blocker, but 7th round, extra tight end to kind of add to the mix. I mean, we have 2 good tight ends, but we're going to give him a shot. He's a 62 overall, so by far our worst pick in the draft. But 83 speed, 78 catching. His route running's terrible. Probably won't make the team. I think it was worth a shot. So we definitely didn't do well on that last pick, but 7th rounder, first pick that was really bad of the whole draft. I think we can take that. Let's take a look at the draft recap, see how we did. So 73 overall, Malik Willis. Jordan Davis, 76 overall. 74, Trevor Penning. 74th, Aaron Munford. 73, Lewis Sign. And remember, all 4 of these guys were hit in development. And then we were all normal after that. But we got 3 more players in the 70s. Got Jakari Robertson in the 69, but good player. Hodges Tomlinson looked like a pretty good player. And Sheldon's probably not going to make the team. But let's go ahead and take a look to see how the rest of the league did. All right, so Kayvon Thibodeau was the best player at an 81 overall. Derek Stingley, 81 overall. They both went before our second pick. Kyle Hamilton, 80 overall, went before when we traded back, he went. We were definitely looking at him with our number 9 pick, but I kind of like the guy that we got. Like, he probably would have been better pick, but I like the value that we got moving down. DeMarvin Leal was a 79 overall, so good value there. Drake Jackson, 79. Spencer Rattler was a 78 overall. We'll go ahead and take a look at him, see what his ratings are. Good little player there for sure. So his development's normal. So we got at least a hidden development player. Spencer Rattler, better off the rip, but maybe we got the better player. Let's see here. Sam Howell, also higher rated, but he is hidden development as well. So let's see if we can see what his development trade is. So he's superstar. Matt Corral is at a 71. So honestly, I think even though we went off the board, Sam Howell superstar, Spencer Rattler has normal development, even though they're higher rated initially. Malik Willis is more of a dual threat. I really like his starting stats, and he's got hidden development. I think he's probably a superstar. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. Maybe he's a superstar X Factor. I'm not going to look at his trait. We're just going to have to find out as we go through the season. But I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. We're going to be getting some gameplay in with this team. Now start in the preseason just so we can get a look at them, and then we're going to move into the regular season. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed this rebuild so far. We're going to start next episode by taking a look at the roster, seeing what the team looks like so far, going from there.